infrastructure, water and sewer, particularly the sewer issue, through about a 3-foot diameter sewer main going down Jasper isn't going to be available for probably 20 years. It's in the 20-year time horizon. This has a 5-year, a 10-year, a 15-year, and a 20-year time horizon. Another document I'd like you to look at was a memo by two of your own city council members, Councilman Moreno and Councilman Romero, addressed to the city manager, asking the city manager to explain why the city submitted a fraudulent draft housing element, final housing element to the Department of Housing and Community Development for the state of California. I'd like to put this letter in front of you because this is the memo from two of your council members, plus it's the HCD letter from the Deputy Director of HCD, plus the letter which HCD used that I sent your council. This is a document called the arena allocation under SCAD. It says, here at the top, the city has between now and 2014 the obligation to provide to accommodate the development of 2,498 homes in Calexico, of which over 1,000 of those are to be affordable. The problem you have that HCD pointed out was that you can't do that because you don't have sufficient land identified in your current housing element that would accommodate those. Your housing element simply ignored the fact that you have housing up land in the general plan designated for housing on this project and across the street that would accommodate close to 2,000 homes. And those properties just don't even appear in your current housing element. This is an article from the Imperial Valley Press where the reporter, his name was Nicholas Dvorak, wrote an article last year where he interviewed the Deputy Director of HCD who confirmed that your housing element does not comply with state law. This is a copy of the State of California General Plan Guidelines. What they say is they say that of the 7 mandatory elements in the general plan, they have to be internally consistent with one another. You don't currently have a general plan which has internal consistency because right now you have a housing element that's illegal, ignores all this land up above the Central Main Canal, which is designated for residential, and your general plan, which you're proposing to change here, in violation of state law and what's called the no net loss and density law, and residential density law. So you cannot do that. You cannot make a finer consistency to the general plan, which has internal inconsistencies. This is just a copy of the project. This is from your own EIR. This right here in the middle is medium density residential. This is high density residential. The proposal before you tonight is to change your general plan to eliminate what your own document says could provide 845 units of housing, including high-density residential, which would get to 20 units an acre, which means that's affordable housing. That can be high-density attached product there. You're eliminating that in violation of state law, Boston Housing Density Law, under the California Planning and Zoning Law. So I would urge you to take this thing, consider this what you're doing, because those are the two big issues you've got here. The elimination of nearly 1,000 potential units of housing, many of which would be affordable, and also this issue, which the other people in this county are liking, is this idea of sending raw sewage under pressure over the Central Main Canal. I would just like to read these documents with you and urge you to take a look at those. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
I'd like to ask we have one minute.
You sure?
Sorry?
I'd like to find out, where he's getting all the information. And also,
It's all public.
well, yeah, but my real curiosity is, what is the real objection to this?
Can we go with public comments and then after we can make?
Okay.
I can stick around and answer questions. I'd be happy to answer your
We
questions.
want to hear the public comments in favor of the project. So if there's anybody else that's not in favor and wants to speak?
Gilbert Grijalva, resident of the city of Calexico. From the initial presentation of this casino plan, I opposed it. Still to this day, I have not heard any responses to my position in reference to traffic. State Road 111, we have several deaths there. I know there's about probably was killed there on the road because of the traffic and important ingress and egress there, and that issue still hasn't been addressed. I saw on the little map that was presented a few minutes ago by the consultant that there were some streets to be considered to be developed within that proposed development, but there's nothing addressing State Road 111. The city of Calexico has major traffic issues, all of you are aware. Traffic backs up on the road, on 1198. Police department is very well aware of that because there's constant traffic jams and people yelling and fussing and screaming at each other as traffic bogs down. There's issues of potential new border crossing, I believe at the old commercial gate, and will create more traffic. There needs to be an outlet of that traffic, which could be addressed by this development because it will certainly impact our community even more. Issues such as maybe running Chavez Boulevard north all the way to Jasper would be a potential outlet, but that's not addressed. Issues such as overpasses are not addressed. What are you doing with all this traffic? Those are issues that are still very strong, need to be considered, and haven't been touched upon. It's a very pretty paper that was put out in the back. It doesn't address the real issues of the community where people die because they're not addressed. Because when somebody's greed or life will be taken, and that's not an equal balance. I'm not opposed morally to a casino. It's just that the issues that come with not properly planning it really do create a problem with me and other residents of this community, which you haven't heard from yet, but you will. And also the issue with the sewage passing over the canal. I mean, there's got to be another way, and I don't believe that's been addressed either. So there's still a lot of holes. Maybe the consultant needs to go back and work on it and present some other stuff. Or maybe the applicant needs to reconsider the application and present it in a certain fashion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Grijalva. Okay, any other comments not in favor of the casino? Okay, now, is there anybody in favor of the casino that would like to make a comment? Go ahead.
Scott Ainsworth, resident of El Centro. I would like to, along with encouraging this casino, I'd like to make some recommendations, particularly try to include some non-allergy offering plans that would help encourage more people to come as well as get that to have on the local locals as well. And I'd also like to encourage maybe adopting a carbon budget for the casino. It's kind of the term basically saying that any resources that the casino is going to need regularly come from the local area. So that way, more of the local economy is going to benefit. Also, that will put the casino and Calexico on the radar for different agencies and help bring some positive attention to this community. I'd also like to encourage a lot of water conservation. Since water is becoming a political issue, and because of the nature of Imperial County, we don't want to get to the point where it becomes an issue of farmers versus Calexico. In terms of how much water is going to be coming in. And just transportation issues, not only throughout the county for the casino, but from the border to the casino. Because you have to get over drunk driving, if anything, or you want to reduce that. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Anybody else?